Club, bitches.
You're a donkey.
Yes, donkey today for Thursday, January 16th goes to former LSU quarterback Joe Burrow. Okay, this year's Heisman Trophy winner. Some say most guaranteed first pick in this year's NFL draft. Not to mention national champion. This guy, Joe Burrow, I'm going to tell you, is clearly done with LSU, though. Okay, the national championship game was Monday. His college football career and days in college are over, and Joe Burrow is done. You know how I know he's done? Because he doesn't give a damn about the future of other people on this team. Because if you have been following any of this, then you know there was a slight controversy because former LSU player Odell Beckham Jr. Put some of the student athletes in a compromising position. Not by pinching their asses in the locker room, but because Odell Beckham was a student athlete. So being that he was a student athlete, he knows that giving money to student athletes is a violation of NCAA bylaws. Okay, listen. Greatest robbery in the history of robberies. We know this. NCAA continues to get fat while these kids starve. Okay, the coach of Clemson and the coach of the coach of LSU collectively will make $1 million in bonuses for the national title game. Meanwhile, the kids get nothing. So when I see Odell putting a little pocket change in these kids' pockets, I have zero problem with it, simply because it's a damn shame these kids aren't getting paid. But rules are rules. And the NCAA says giving kids cash is not allowed, period. LSU's athletic department issued a statement Wednesday saying it was aware of the video showing apparent cash being given to players by Beckham, and it has been in contact with the NCAA and the SEC regarding the matter. Okay, in a statement it says, "We are aware of the situation regarding OBJ interacting with LSU student athletes and others unaffiliated with the team following the championship game Monday night. Initial information suggested bills that were exchanged were novelty bills. Information and footage reviewed since shows apparent cash may have also been given the LSU student athletes." Basically, OBJ got caught on camera giving the kids money. And since that's a violation of NCAA rules, they had to do a cleanup. They said the cash was fake. Wink, wink. Remember that scene in Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girl when Idris Elba beat up the drug dealer and then he was in the court and the lawyer said, I'm sure we can get a witness to attest to the fact that Idris Elba beat up the drug dealer, and nobody stood up? Nobody said a damn thing. Remember that? That's how every student athlete associated with the LSU Tigers should have been in regards to whether or not the money OBJ was giving out was fake. Everyone should have been on the same page. But sadly, that wasn't the case because it's always one. All right, in this case, that one was Joe Burrow. Let's go to WWL-TV CBS 4 for the report, please.
But there are a lot of questions about what happened after the win involving Odell Beckham Jr. Check it out. This video quickly popped up on social media. You should see it in just a minute right there. This video popped up on social media. It shows Beckham handing out what appears to be money to Justin Jefferson and Jontre Kirkland. An LSU official said that it was fake money. Well, today they released this statement saying in part, quote, that initial information suggested bills were exchanged were novelty bills. Information and footage reviewed since show apparent cash may have been also given to LSU student athletes. They add that they're talking to the NCAA and the SEC about the situation. Now, after the game, Joe Burrow did an interview with Barstool Sports, Pardon My Take, and he told them that he received money from Odell, but once the clock hit zero, he was no longer a student athlete, so he could receive the money.
Now, come on now. Do we have the audio of Joe Burrow saying that? Let me hear Joe.
Did Odell give you money?
Yeah, I'm not a student athlete anymore, so I can say yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. How much money? Was you just handing out cash?
Yeah.
Justin and Jontre and Odell should give you a wedgie, Joe. All right, Joe, I know you about to go get your bag from the NFL. I know you're not on the team anymore, but bruh, LSU, the university, initially said it was fake cash. Now they're saying maybe the cash is real. Either way, them saying initially that the cash was fake was because they didn't want any of their student athletes getting jammed up, and you shouldn't want that either. All right, Joe, being that you are 2 days removed from being a student athlete, you should feel the same way. You shouldn't want to see these guys getting in any trouble. Where is the loyalty amongst LSU Tigers past and present? This is highly selfish at the level Joe Burrow is at. He could act like he knows nothing about any of this, but instead, he decided to throw Odell and his former teammates under the bus. For what? Tattletale? Mr. See Something, Say Something? I have one question, Joe. Who died and made you Tekashi 6ix9ine? Please let the Hamiltones give Joe Burrows the biggest hee-haw.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
maybe you're just not media savvy yet. Because you had to know that those guys were jamming you up by asking you that question. Like, you had to know that question was coming.
He would. He should.
A simple, I ain't getting no money from Odell would have sufficed. Or a simple, oh, that was fake money. You knew what the story was. Donkey Today is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial #250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident.